And then on Friday, December 30th, at the State Fair Arena in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, we did. We were workers for Larry Shaeffer and Little Wing, who put on Ice Cube during his Lethal Injection tour.
I was a huge fan of that record.
$15 with special guest Trey and Urban Philosophy. You know, this was right when I don't think Boys in the Hood had happened yet. Uh, but
right around that time.
this was all new to us. I mean, and it was way different. But you know, the one thing that I remember the most about this Cube show and working it, it's now back then from the '70s and everything, there was racism, uh, busing, and for the first time in my life, his party was his all black people, and they were very anti-white. They were they were standoffish, and it was just a really different mood to be in show business. Because we wasn't really used to that, and we didn't make no big deal about it because I mean, hey, uh, I'm not into that. I'm Mexican. But here we go, 94. We're into 95. Uh,
How well did that show do?
you know, I don't think Larry made money, but it, it was maybe a couple thousand in a 8,000 arena, 2 to 3,000. But it wasn't, how it was. You were also like, how do you promote this? How do you? It's kind of like Larry Shaper, Little Wing.
Because you got to think in 1994, you didn't hear real rap music on the radio.
It was underground. I sold the shit out of it at my record store.
Right.
I mean, and the only reason why I did was because if you played it, it was a different sound. People were hearing it. They were hearing it at parties. It was like a very underground street vibe.
MTV would show the videos, BET would show the videos, but you never saw a rap video on VH1. You never heard it on the radio.
The legendary thing about this show, the legendary thing about this show of Ice Cube and the name Little Wing is, if a mentor. He's a mentor to me, and Jeff, David, all of us. Larry Shaper, who owned Little Wing, and with him, think about it. He brought the Sex Pistols to Oklahoma. Who? Little Wing. He brought Metallica on the Black Album to Oklahoma. Who? Little Wing. I mean, he toured Hank Jr. all over the world. Who? Little Wing. So why not, when you see this show, who put it on? Little Wing. So it was way ahead of its time. But in the end, it was music, and it finished out a year. And if you look, and now that I sit here and look at it, '94 was once again we hit that Wham Bam Thank You Man venue, and a lot of stuff went through it, and then bam, you're done.